Hello, this is LaserBolt and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to showcase you guys my Baby Blade Anomaly build that's going to have you guys running through everything, slicing and dicing everything that comes your way. This is going to be kind of taking a part of the REAVER build. It's the updated version of my Baby Blade build, and this build is amazing, guys. It gives you a different set of synergy compared to what almost everybody and their mom is running, creating a regular type of high firepower build. It's super duper easy. I'll upload one on my channel because I know a lot of you guys have been requesting one, but I think that this way, giving a different way to actually play the trickster is actually pretty viable. Now we're going to be focusing on 3 primary skills, and we're also going to be focusing on 3 main objectives. Objective number 1, of course, is maximizing our anomaly power and using all the anomaly resources we could possibly can. The other thing we're also going to be doing is we're going to be taking advantage of our skills and allowing our skills to be spammable within less than 7 seconds. Some are even shorter than 7 seconds, but I did want to put that there just in case you guys are wondering. And in addition to that, guys, we are going to be using our skills to buff up our skills, which makes it really awesome. So these are the 3 major traits of this particular build. Once again, this is the Baby Blade 2.0 after patch. So let's go ahead and talk about exactly what you're going to need to do in order to build this bad boy up. So let's start off with the skills. Skills we're going to be using for this particular build, guys, is going to be the Venturous Knife. This is actually really helpful, and that's what's going to make everything run really smoothly. As once we go through the kind of the skill tree, you guys will see how that synergizes perfectly well with the other skills that we have. Basically, this throws a knife, it attacks 5 enemies, and it does damage, but it also inflicts slow, which is really important, but it also does something really important as well. Then, guys, we're going to do Cyclone Slice. This is going to be the slice up build, kind of like, you know, my Baby Blade build, because we're using 2 blades here. This is like an anomaly infused tornado, hurricane, whatever you want to call it, that inflicts damage on enemies. Have you guys have seen the gameplay? And of course, we're running Temporal Blade. This is our bread and butter as well. We're going to be getting a lot of damage on here. So what exactly are we looking as far as skill tree is concerned? The skill tree is going to look like this, guys. We're going to be picking up 1 nod from the health tree, which is good anomaly persistence, which is going to increase our max health. Really important because we don't want to be too squishy where we keep dying. We're also going to be doing increase your resistance. So once again, allowing you to absorb a little bit more damage. Then it's a full on flesh bottom tree, guys. We're going to be picking up an increase to anomaly power. That's going to give us 6%. We're also going to be picking up increase your resistance piercing by 10%. We're going to be picking life transfer, which is going to increase your skill leech by 6%. Once again, another anomaly increase, another anomaly increase. We're going ahead and pick up a decrease to the cooldown damage based on our Temporal Blade and our Cyclone. This is going to be extremely important because it allows us to keep that slow cooldown rate. Then we're picking up another anomaly. We're picking up a this one here, which is called Counter Shield. What this is going to allow you to do is that every time you activate a deception skill, it increases your anomaly power by 50%. That's why it's very important that you understand the combo here. Combo is you throw the knife, and then you go ham with either the Cyclone or the Slice or your weapons, which we'll talk a little bit about what you want to put in your weapons to compensate that. So that's just going to increase your anomaly power even much better. Then, guys, we're going to go ahead and put another 10% into increase your resistance by 10%. Another one into the anomaly power. We're also going to another one into the anomaly. We're going to do, once again, another one into anomaly. As you guys are getting the drift here, anomaly is king. We're going to be ahead and picking this one once again, which is going to increase the cooldown of our damage skills. Once again, this is Temporal Blade and Cyclone, which are 2 primary builds that we're using. They were also going to be doing this one here when your weapon damage skill ends. This is when the Temporal Slice or when the Cyclone ends, your anomaly power will be increased by 50%. So basically, you want to throw the knife, slice, Cyclone, right? Cyclone's over, slice, throw the knife, rinse and repeat over and over, keeping that 50% anomaly power constantly coming your way. Then we're going to be picking up increase your skill life leech by 6%. We're also going to be picking up Scion of the Void, which is going to, at the end of your damage skill, increase your armor piercing by 30% and resistance piercing by 25% for 10 seconds. So basically, when this ends, you're going to be able to damage any elite a lot more than you would if you, then you wouldn't pick this one up. Then we're going to be picking up Shield Readiness. What this is going to do is, it says you will not be healed for each enemy that dies in close range. Instead, your shield gain will be increased by an additional 20%. So once again, since we're kind of just constantly hitting the enemies with our Cyclone Slice, our shield is going to be coming back over and over and over, which is going to make this extremely awesome. Next up, guys, we're going to do Altered Executioner. For each enemy in close range, your anomaly power is increased by 10%. Once again, really cool because we are always going to be in close range to the enemy. So that's going to allow us to get a lot of synergy here. And as you guys see, the main synergy we're getting here is we're trying to be at close range to get more damage. And we're trying to use our skills to once again give us even more damage, which is really cool. Now let's talk about what we're going to be using as far as our skills. I do want to go over real quick. 6.3 for the Venture Knife, 6.1 for the Cyclone Slice, and 6.9 for the Temporal Blade. Really fast cooldowns on these guys. Now let's take a look at the weapons we're going to be taking a look at and what we're going to be using. So there are a couple weapons I want to recommend. Primarily, there's two that are really important, and the other ones are going to be mostly alternates, but you want to have these particular mods. So for the weapons right here, guys, I am using the Roaring Umbra. This one, I would recommend it. I mean, it's effective, basically what's doing, but I still probably would recommend another one, which is the AR that has the storm bullets. That one is actually really OP. I haven't been able to get that one, but that's the one I would probably put in here instead of this Roaring Umbra. This one's did a pretty decent job. I love the kinetic stomp. I think that's really good. Shadow Comet is definitely by far one of my favorite ones. It does anomaly of 210 damage every 3 seconds because it calls down a comet. Really powerful, really OP. I would recommend it. Basically, you want to put any mod here that's going to give you any sort of damage with anomaly because our anomaly is going to be proccing really high every single time. So you want to make sure you constantly keep anomaly. That's what you guys see here, guys. I have 2 anomaly skills here. Really important. The next one I want to recommend, guys, is the Enemy, which is an automatic shotgun. It comes with Moaning Wind, which is extremely important. It does 387 damage, anomaly damage, that is, and we use this a lot. So if you guys watch the video when I do my playthrough, a lot. We also are picking up the Anomaly Search. Now this one comes with this particular weapon. What I would do is I would definitely swap this with Comets. So I would put Shadow Comets in here, which is what I was running in the video. This is another one that I got after I did that run. It came with a little bit of higher damage, but I'm gonna be swapping the Comets right here. So that's where I would go, Moaning Winds and Comets. The next one is the pistol, guys. Now for the pistol, you want to have Moaning Winds. It's a requirement. Once again, that's going to allow us to trigger 2 Moaning Winds in succession, giving us that maximum damage, almost 700,000 damage per reload on these 2 weapons, which is absolutely insane. In addition to that, plus the 50% anomaly damage we get after our skills, it's going to give it over almost 1 mil anomaly damage just off 1 reload. So really crazy. Off of 2 reloads, I should say. Really crazy build. Now, for the other mod you want to be looking here, I have Resistance Breaker. Shots increase your target resistance. I wish it was something like it freezes the enemy on reload, or it does some sort of like it applies ash or burn. I think on reload, that would be the key right here. I don't have that, but that's what I would suggest for you guys to use. Now, onto the gear. So for the gear, guys, we are running the Goggles of the Edge of Storm. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, Laser, I don't have these legendaries. I'm trying to work on this build. What do I need to do to work on this build? This is super easy, guys. Just follow these instructions. And even though you might not have these legendaries, you could do this with blues and purples. Super duper easy. So if you guys have seen my streams, I always showcase the builds on blues, on purples, so you guys can get an idea of how they work, whatever type of content you're doing as you progress and get these legendaries. So the main thing you want to focus on, whether you get blues, purples, you want to make sure that the attributes are exactly like these: anomaly power, cooldown reduction, skill life leech. Reason why we want to stack up anomaly power, as you guys see, 161k anomaly power. That's extremely important. That's where our damage is coming from. Cooldown reduction, this is allowing us to keep our skills active constantly every 6 seconds. Skill life leech, of course, we are getting our health from skills. We are just using the primary amount of skills: Temporal Blade, Cyclone, and the Venture Knife. So it is extremely important that we get our health back from these options. So if you're running blues, purples, you want to make sure you get your anomaly power, your cooldown reduction, and your skill life leech. Now we're going to go over the mods in a little bit, but what I have right now on here is Double Slice. This is damage enemies are additionally cut with an anomaly slice, dealing 50% damage. Now, if you have blues and purples, you probably won't have this because you need this legendary to actually get this. But what you want to pick up is the one that I picked on the bottom, which is duration. Cyclone Slice adds 5 seconds to the skill duration. Really important to get that. Now moving on to the chest piece, what you guys are seeing, the same attributes. We have Slashers. This is a level 1 mod. So if you have this on a blue purple, you want to make sure you keep it. And we also are running Wind Slash. increase the skill damage by 21k damage here. Once again, level 1 mods, these are going to be on blues and on purples. Then we are also running another pair of pants here, which are running 2 level 1 mods. So these are going to be on blues and purples too, guys. So you see, it's not so heavily predominant on you having a legendary. It's just about having the right attributes and placing the mods correctly. We have Grand Bastion. Cyclone Slice uses the skill to reduces incoming weapon damage and anomaly damage. Really important. Some ads are a little bit annoying. You want to have a lot of survivability with this build, so that one's really important. And Strong Slice increases skill damage by 556k. So really, really important here, giving us the maximum damage with our slice. And of course, for the gloves, guys, once again, we're running the same thing. Now, these ones in particular are not the optimal ones. The optimal ones would be Anomaly Power, Cooldown Reduction, and Skill Life Leech. If I had Anomaly Power, Cooldown Reduction, and Skill Life Leech, this would make it even more tankier. But I don't have those gloves, so I'm still missing these gloves. As you guys see me doing the playthrough, I mean, you see how much it's wrecking even with not having an optimal build, missing a couple elements with our weapons and also in our armor. But here, guys, we're going to be picking up Cut Loose. Temporal Blade reduces the skill cooldown by 20%. Once again, we want to have this coming back very promptly. Now, this one's extremely important, guys. Emergency Stance. This is one that I highly recommend. If you have epics, you should be able to get this one, or you should look at the vendors and see if they're selling one that has this particular mod. This is called Emergency Stance. Attain Golem Protective Effective for 4 seconds whenever your health drops below 30%. You know, it's when you're always in there close, slicing and dicing, you never know when your health's going to drop, and you want to have something to sustain that. So this is kind of a requirement. I want to make sure I highlight this. Really important, extremely requirement here. Now, for the boots, I am running these legendaries because for anything, I could not get purples to drop with Anomaly Power, Cooldown Reduction, and Skill Life Leech. Luckily, I was able to get these, the Footgear of the Cannibal, which actually drop with that. And I am running 2 main things. So number 1, I have the Power Simulation. This one's a requirement because what this is going to do, it's going to boost your anomaly power for each elite present on the battlefield. As you guys know, if you're doing CTs and higher, 14, 15, 13 and all, and maybe like CT10s and high, you're going to always have elites, and you want that anomaly to be boosted when there's multiple of them so you could kill them quicker. So that one's going to be a requirement. That's a level 3 mod. If you don't have that one, you're probably going to want to put go ahead and put anything that gives you more anomaly power boost. We'll go into the mods and check them out real quick. And I'm running Phantom Dash here. To me, I personally think Phantom Dash is one of like the most useful abilities in this game. Even though it doesn't give you health, it does save your patootie quite often when you're about to die. So you definitely want to make sure you keep that in mind. So if you, for some reason you don't have Power Assimilation, we're going to go into the mods real quick and check what else you could probably drop in there. So if for some reason, guys, you do not have that mod, you could go with this one right here, which is going to give you a little bit more firepower. It's going to give you 7,000 anomaly power and 40 armor bonus for 8 seconds whenever your health is replenished. Really important. It's a really good lifesaver. I think this one would be a good one. So anything that boosts your anomaly power or your weapon damage would be pretty good. Dum Dum Bullets is actually a pretty good one to do as well. And I think we have this one, which is killing an enemy with critical shots grants 30k anomaly power to you and your allies for 10 seconds. So those are the ones you want to put in there just in case you do not have a particular, if you're not running a particular build with that level 3 mod. But other than that, guys, you could put this build together with blues, purples, and of course legendary set. That is what you want to end up with. I'm gonna play a little bit more of a gameplay. I am also going to be uploading the complete playthrough of me using this build, getting CTs in the gold tier. So if you guys want to check that out, I will be uploading it on the channel. I do hope you found this video helpful and informative. Also, guys, if you're looking for legendaries, check out my how to get legendaries videos. That should help you guys get some of this gear that you guys might be missing. I do hope you guys are enjoying our Outriders coverage. If you are, do me a huge favor, guys, drop a like, drop a comment. But most importantly, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications so you guys won't miss when we go live. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.
This must be the Colosseum.